Rodney Basil Price. O.D., born the 12th of June 1972, known as Bounty Killer, is a Jamaican reggae and dancehall DJ. AllMusic describes him as one of the most aggressive dancehall stars of the 90s, a street-tough, rude boy with an unrepentant flair for gun talk. He's considered one of the best dancehall lyricists of all time, also known as Warlord, five-star general, Ghetto Gladiator, and Poor People's Governor. Early life. Price moved to Kingston at an early age, along with his mother and siblings. His father owned and ran the Black Scorpio sound system, and Price started his musical career as a sound system DJ in his early teens. At the age of 14, Price was shot by a stray bullet during a gunfight between rival political factions, and while convalescing in hospital, decided on the name Bounty Killer. After recovering, he increased his performances on a greater number of sound systems and turned his attention towards recording. Philanthropic Endeavors. True to his name, the Poor People Governor, veteran dancehall artiste Bounty Killer, through his foundation, is continuing his flurry of charitable work, with a donation of tablets to the Seaview Gardens Primary School in April 2021. The Bounty Killer Foundation, led by the Warlord and his manager Paul Giscombe, donated 40 tablets to the Seaview Gardens Primary School as part of the Artists Each One, Teach One initiative. During his presentation of the tablets, Bounty Killer shared how near and dear to his heart the community of Seaview Gardens is to him. The donation was met with elation from a grateful Keisha Heslop Pessoa, the vice principal of the school, who said the tablets would help bridge the digital divide in relation to online learning. Bounty gives beds to KPH-JVH. The Kingston Public and Victoria Jubilee Hospitals received 63 hospital beds from international reggae and dancehall artiste, Mr. Rodney Price, otherwise known as Bounty Killer. Mr. Price expressed that the Kingston Public Hospital saved his life at 16 years old from an injury. Bounty Killer makes donation to Junior Biles, calls on Jamaicans to do more for struggling artists. Dancehall veteran Bounty Killer, Rodney Basil Price, came well on his promise to help legendary rockers singer Junior Biles to try and get back on his feet. COVID-19 relief groceries. In 2020, Bounty donated COVID-19 care packages to communities around Kingston, Jamaica, as part of an effort to give back and provide aid to those in need during the global pandemic COVID-19. Career. His best-selling album since 1990 is My Experience, 1996. Bounty Killer's hit songs since 1990 is Living Dangerously and Benz and Bimmer. Bounty Killer is one of the most popular and controversial dancehall singers in contemporary popular music. His songs, a conflicting mix of belligerent and conciliatory lyrics, give him a depth and texture rarely found in other artists. Much of Bounty Killer's lyrical content is shaped by his poor and violent upbringing. He was born Rodney Basil Price in poverty, one of 9 children. In his early childhood, his mother moved the family to a literal dump in Kingston, the capital and largest city in Jamaica. Inspired by the reggae and dancehall music, a dance-oriented form of reggae he heard in the neighborhood, Price began to sing, or DJ as it is called in reggae and dancehall, at the age of 9. His skills won him a string of local talent competitions. When his family moved to another housing community, 2 events altered the trajectory of his career. First, his talent show record enabled him to perform at dances with his idol, the dancehall artist Shabba Ranks. Growing up in the ghetto region of Riverton, Kingston, at age 14, he was caught in the crossfire of warring political enforcers and shot in the head, and while convalescing in hospital, decided on the name Bounty Killer. Prior to his entry into the music industry, Rodney worked in the assets management branch of Bank of Ireland. This role involved dealing with self-employed and wealthy individuals. He was then encouraged to record at King Jammy's studio in Kingston. Price eventually recorded with King Jammy, the first session being in spring 1992. One of his first tunes was the Copper Shot, which Jammy was unwilling to release due to its lyrics glorifying gun culture. Jammy's brother Uncle T disagreed and released the single himself to a welcoming audience, first in Jamaica and then in Europe and the United States. Largely based on his graphic verses, fans began to call Bounty Hunter by a new name, Bounty Killer. In 1993, Price performed at the annual hardcore festival Sting, held in Portmore, Jamaica, every year on Boxing Day, whereupon he had a high-profile clash with fellow DJ Beenie Man. Bounty Killer's subsequent songs were just as explicit, as evidenced in titles like New Gun and Gun Thirsty. His rivalry with the more commercially successful dancehall artist Beenie Man enabled him to increase his international profile. Bounty Killer and Beenie Man soon realized that their song feud could easily devolve into physical combat and signed a peace treaty in 1996, the same year in which Tupac Shakur was murdered. He increased control over his output in 1995 by leaving Jammy and setting up his own Scare Dem Productions company and Priceless Records label. During the 1990s, Price voiced for several producers and labels in Jamaica, releasing songs such as Defend the Poor, Mama, Book, Babylon System, and Down in the Ghetto. At about this time, he became known in USA and in Europe, recording with such artists as Busta Rhymes, No Doubt, Master Killer, The Few G's, Wyclef Jean, Mobb Deep, Capone, N. Noreaga, Swizz Beatz, and AZ. Bounty Killer made some strategically prudent moves. He started a production company and record label. His breakout album, My Experience, 1996, features collaborations with big-name hip-hop artists The Few G's, Busta Rhymes, and Wu-Tang Clan, assuring him of a wide audience. Nevertheless, the biggest hit on the album, with his fellow Jamaican Barrington Levy, is a pure dancehall concoction. The juxtaposition of Bounty Killer's gruff voice and the sing-songy Levy on Living Dangerously made the track a nightclub staple. The album topped the reggae charts for half the year and spent 2 months at #1 on the Billboard R&B Albums chart. Consistently solid albums followed, although many of his singles were banished from Jamaican radio, probably because of their political content. For example, his song Down in the Ghetto questions the origins of destructive forces in the community and implies a government conspiracy. Who give the guns, who give the crack, noon to take the blame. The Jamaican politician, activist Edward Seager even wanted to use Bounty Killer's song Fed Up, from My Experience, in his election campaign. But Bounty Killer refused. Jamaican communities lauded Bounty Killer for his benefit concerts to aid disadvantaged children, and he earned the moniker the Poor People's Governor. In the early 2000s, Bounty Killer's career hit new zeniths. His album, Ghetto Dictionary, The Mystery, 2002, received a 2003 Best Reggae Album Grammy nomination, but lost to Jamaican E.T., helmed by Lee Scratch Perry, Bob Marley's producer. Bounty Killer managed a high-profile collaboration with the multi-platinum pop-ska band No Doubt on the title track to their Grammy Award-winning album Hey Baby, 2002. He returned in 2006 after a 3-year hiatus, performing uncensored lyrics at several venues without recrimination. He has since directed his focus to social commentary and party lyrics, admitting that he will not pay attention to nor attack the gay community in his music. He signed with VP Records and released the compilation album Nah No Mercy, The Warlord Scrolls, on 7 November 2006. He has been credited with having inspired many young artists such as Vybz Kartel, Mavado, and Elephant Man, and several other young artists in Jamaica. His latest songs include Wine 2023, Warning 2023, My Level 2023, Badman Ting 2023, Every Night 2024, Jet Black 2024, and more. Net worth. He has a net worth of $1 million. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe for more.